Good morning, American Jiu-Jitsu family. We're in the dojo, okay? Not live yet, but we'll be working on that. Today we're going to start to work on yellow-black and the fundamentals with yellow-black. My first video for the yellow-black will be on the striking techniques, the more advanced striking techniques that we teach after the yellow belt. So we'll go through that first, and this will probably be several videos that you can follow. Remember, every morning we will be posting on our American Jiu-Jitsu LI Facebook group page. We'll give you a video each day to practice and work, whether you're adult or children. It'll give you a chance to keep up on your skills. It's like I always say, that repetition is the mother of skill. Even though we're not able to come to the dojo right now, even though the environment is a little bit different, that doesn't mean that we don't want to keep on practicing our skills and developing our skill set. And especially for my instructors, as well as my black belts that do teach this fundamental video, we'll make sure that you're teaching it the right way to all the students, because American Jiu-Jitsu Systems is about consistency and about teaching it a specific way to develop into the black belt that someday we hope we all become. All right, so let's first start off with some striking. So in this level, we start to teach you the skill set of like the kickboxer or the boxer, or the person, instead of throwing that big haymaker punch, they're throwing you more skill type punches. So we have a left jab, we have a right cross, we have a left hook, a right hook, a left uppercut, and a right uppercut. That is the way the opponent on the street might come at us in a combative situation. Instead of coming out with that big John Wayne haymaker, they're coming at you with more of a skill set that we have to learn to defend against. The major thing about the system that I teach is you never want to mirror the attack of the attacker. Okay, whatever skill set they have is wonderful, that's what they know, but you don't want to fall into the game plan of trying to fight them on their terms. So sometimes when people say, well, they're a wrestler, and because our art deals with all the different styles, but we deal from a self-defense standpoint, and remember, self-defense that I teach has no rules. So if you try to face a boxer on a boxer's term, you're going to get beat. If you try to find a wrestler on a wrestler's term, you're going to get beat. So we have to stick to what it is that we do. AJJ training is about self-defense, combative jiu-jitsu. So sometimes we got to learn the skills of the other attacker to understand them, and then we learn how to defend against them in a combative way versus a competition way. And again, never ever think that I'm looking to put down any other style of fighting or even competition. It's just that's not what we do. We teach a system that absolutely has no rules. So let's talk about some of the strikes. Okay, so a jab, if you're going to throw it, you got to throw it right, is a quick technique. If you were in a competitive world, it's about setting a person up for that big right hand. So the jab comes out and back real quick, so it's bang, out and back. The right is a power punch, so people are more committed to that when they throw it, and they roll off their hips, and they cover their head, or almost smell their armpit, so they don't get hit when throwing the strike. The hook is something that's a very short, infighting type of thing. It comes off your hips, and it's struck to the side of the body. The opposite side is the same thing. And the uppercut, again, is going to be looking to hit to the upper part of the body. Again, you dig in, you strike, and you strike. Now, you got to have defenses from that. So when that person is throwing that jab at us, what we do is we redirect it. So when that person throws the jab at us, we move away. So we're kind of taking that jab and just moving it off the line of attack. When a person throws that right punch, that big right punch at us, we step back, because that has a lot of force to it, and we might not have the time to move in. When a person throws that hook, we duck underneath that hook, always keeping our eyes open and our hands up. If they throw it from the other side, we duck under that hook. When a person throws an uppercut, we torque our body. That cross block that I showed you in one of the prior videos, we just turn the body to the side, and we do that to both sides. So I want everybody to practice today a left jab, a right cross, a hook, an uppercut, and an uppercut. Then I want you to practice the defensive movements, the body movements from that. When a person's throwing the jab, we're going to move that jab to the side. When a person's throwing that right cross, we're going to step back. When a person throws a hook, we're going to drop down. And when you drop down, you drop straight down, because you don't know if they're going to throw a left or right. You drop straight down to avoidment. I call it turtle in a shell, keeping your hands up and your head in. and you go out to either direction depending on what side the hook is being thrown. And the same exact thing with the uppercut. As they throw the uppercut, we turn the body and we turn the body. So those are your advanced striking techniques or freestyle, or free fighting type techniques. Then we also have, in Jiu-Jitsu we use different types of strike as we get a little bit more advanced. We do something called the one knuckle strike. A one knuckle strike is a very quick. It's like you're putting your hand in a holster and you're drawing it. It's a strike that's delivered to vulnerable areas such as the eyes, the throat, the solar plex, okay? It's not delivered to muscle groups, more vulnerable areas or nerve centers, okay? So it's a strike that's very quick and can be delivered in a situation where you want to control the situation versus taking this person out. Okay, I could be delivered to the eyes, to the inside of the wrist. We're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff that it could be delivered to. But for now, you take your finger and you put your thumb there to support it, all right, because it's not a powerful strike, and you're just going to take that strike right out, back, and put it down. Okay, so that's your one knuckle strike. The next strike we're going to talk about is a hammer fist strike. This is a strike that we use a lot in Jiu-Jitsu. It's just like you're holding a hammer. It hinges. Again, it is a powerful strike, but it does have some quickness to it. All right? So this strike can be delivered to the bridge of the nose, to the small of the back, or to the back, and we strike here like so. We strike here like so. The other thing famous in the martial arts is what we call a chop. A chop is also used to the carotid artery. It can knock a person out within seconds, all right? Kind of like you're holding a pizza tray. You pull the fingers back, you pull the thumb back, and you torque, and you hit with that inner edge of the blade hand. Same thing here, you torque with that inner edge of the blade hand. Then we have what we call a reverse chop, which starts from here, and it can be a lethal technique because you turn and fire that strike right out to that windpipe. You turn and follow that right out to the windpipe, and same thing the opposite side. Now, when people hear about this lethal type techniques, a lot of times with the kids, parents, I want you to make sure you're overseeing some of these videos. We don't necessarily show them some of these strikes in the very beginning, but this video is for both adults and kids, and parents, you should be censoring what it is that they're watching. But eventually, as the kids get older and are more responsible with their techniques, these are the same things they're going to learn because it is a parallel system. It's just how we feed it to them for their appropriate age, okay? So today we talked about striking. 1, 2, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. We talked about defenses, avoidance, stepping back, ducking underneath, cross block, and cross block. And then we talked about some advanced striking. We talked about a hammer fist strike. We talked about a one knuckle strike. We talked about a chop, and we talked about a reverse chop. So today, what I want you to do is practice some of these things, all right, to keep that intelligence, that American Jiu-Jitsu, that consistency, keep on moving forward. Like I say on every video, times are changing. It's forcing me to come out on this mat and do videos for you. It's also forcing me to create a library so there's no question in how it is that I personally teach. I have the most wonderful instructors in the world, but sometimes they'll also veer off because they get an opinion about something, and that's why I always say McDonald's wouldn't sell as many hamburgers as it does unless there was a consistency. We do have a consistency at American Jiu-Jitsu centers, but these videos will make sure of it because it's coming right from the top. Today, like every other day, sometimes people get, how long is things gonna last and when are we gonna get back to normal? Every day changes. Every day is a new normal. We have to remind ourselves that we only have the ability to deal with one day at a time, and we hope tomorrow will be a better day, but that doesn't mean we should make today a good day. So make it a good day. You know what my 3 things are: stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Next video is gonna be on some techniques that are related to what it is that I just showed. I want you to have a great day and be safe. Us.